Raiders, welcome to another Raid Shadow Legends video. Hope you guys are having an amazing Friday, an amazing weekend. We have a new champion rebalance coming our way. Two legendary champions will get a buff, guys. And one of these legendary champions is one of the hardest champions to collect in Raid Shadow Legends. The hardest, not one of the hardest. Then the other champion is actually the princess from the Orc faction. If you guys don't know who I'm talking about when I'm saying princess, I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys will know what I'm talking about. Princess Garog is finally getting a buff, guys. The reason why I'm calling this king princess is because he sucks. His damage is weak sauce, and he does not deserve the title of a king. But either way, maybe after the rebalance, he will finally become the king that he was meant to be and lead our orcs to victory together with Packmaster and all of the hounds that are missing from the game. His base stats are not bad in general. The main thing with this champion, they kind of like design him to be the champion that's gonna be in there for a very long fight and do nothing basically, right? With the A1, he has a chance to stun. He attacks one enemy 2 times. Nothing fancy in here. With the A2, attacks one enemy 4 times. This actually sounds like a pretty nice skill overall on a 3-turn cooldown, with each critical hit having a 50% chance to decrease the cooldown of a Gore Maker, which is the A3. Now the A3 will attack all enemies, will ignore 20% of each target's defense, will ignore a further 5 of defense for each buff on the target, which overall does not sound bad. A lot of us were really intrigued by this champion when the meta really changed for Live Arena, and just in general, everybody having tons and tons of buffs. His affinity is not bad for Live Arena, considering that we have so many powerful magic champions in the game now, nukers, support champions, etc. So the affinity should not really be a problem unless you're going versus champions like Duchess and stuff like that. With a passive, increases this champion's speed by 6, crit damage by 7 for each enemy this champion kills in a round, stacking up to 30 and 35%, and if he's killed, this will reset. Now, whenever an enemy champion is revived, fills this champion's turn meter by 30% for each revived enemy, then places a 50% increased attack and increased crit damage buff on this champion for 1 turn. This is actually nice, especially if it will allow you to move straight into the A3 and wipe them off again, right? So it's definitely not a bad passive overall. Now, the changes that this champion will have, guys, let me just quickly walk you through what Plarium has to say. So, Princess Garog, with the following changes, we kind of like try to basically increase the damage output. So it was increased across all of his active skills, reinforcing his role as a damage dealer in the current meta. His A1 now has a higher chance to stun, and is increasing up to 75% if the enemy's turn meter is over 50%. The A2 will now ignore 20% of the enemy defense. Very, very nice. So a quadruple hit, ignoring 20% of the enemy defense, and on top of it, this will have the damage increased. The A1 will have the damage increased. I'm not sure, to be honest, what sort of multipliers this champion actually has, but I'm quickly going to check on hellhades.com. So let's see, King Garog multipliers, right? Let's see what multipliers he has right now, because I honestly have no freaking clue. So let me just bring the browser in here. So with the A1, he has a 1.6. This will get increased. The A2 has a 1.4, and this will get increased most likely to 1.6. That's kind of like what I'm thinking. I think they won't go higher than 1.6, maybe 1.8 if we're lucky. That would be pretty nasty, actually, with the ignore defense. So that would 100% make this champion more interesting. And the AoE has a 3.7. Not great. So if this becomes a 4.1, 4.0, it's definitely going to be much better than it currently is, basically, right? Then, the A3 changes, guys, attacks all enemies, will ignore 20% of each target's defense, will ignore a further 5% of the defense for each buff on the champion. That's actually great. Let's just say you start with Stone Skin, then you're going to get some buffs, increase attack maybe. Maybe you're even going to get an increased accuracy, because why not? Maybe you're going to use him with Duchess. You're going to get immunity. You might get increased defense. You might get tons of different buffs from other champions. That will make this skill actually much, much better, especially if the multipliers will be at around 4.0 with the attack that he has, with the ignore defense that he's going to have. Let's just say you're only going to have 2 or 3 buffs, so you're going to ignore an additional 10 to 15% more defense, taking you up to like 30-35%. That will make this skill very, very nice. 100%. So I'm hoping that he will become a very solid nuker, actually, to be honest with you guys. I really don't see why they wouldn't put it to 4.0. And yeah, I think the buff is really nice on him, judging by what we have written right here. Then with the pass, plus the cooldown will get decreased. So from 5-turn cooldown, we'll get down to a 4-turn cooldown. And this will basically have a chance to make that skill available again. So you kill somebody, they revive. Let's just say you kill somebody with this, or you start with AoE, then you go with this skill. You're going to decrease the cooldown of your A3, they revive, and bang, you're going to get enough turn meter to go in again and wipe them with AoE. Especially if we're talking about AoE revivers, Galatir, champions like Duchess, you know, champions that revive the entire team. So he does have the potential to be something now. The passive will change a bit as well, guys. So right here, basically what is going to change is the fact that these stats that he's actually stacking on himself will not reset if he is killed. So even if he dies, he will still maintain the additional stats that he gained. So you're going to be able to actually stack to maximum 30 speed, 35 crit damage, especially in a longer fight. So I think the buff on this champion is actually not bad at all. Do let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. I know a lot of you guys have this champion, and honestly, most likely he's guarding the vault for the majority of players, to be honest. I think I have 5 copies, if I'm not mistaken, and I saved them because there was no real reason to basically empower the champion or do anything with him. Yeah, so I do have 5 copies of him. Lucky me, right? I might feel lucky after the buff, but so far I've never felt lucky summoning this champion, guys. Let me just tell you that for whoever thinks that, oh, Skratch, you're lucky. You've got 5 copies of Princess Garog. Either way, that's what we have in terms of a buff for this champion. Now let me just bring in the champion that's the hardest champion to get in Raid Shadow Legends. And funny enough, guess what? Skratch actually released a video on this champion a week and a half ago, calling it, I've built the most expensive champion in Raid Shadow Legends. And I'm talking about the one that you can get from the Plarium Points program. Yes, she's getting a buff. Honestly, I was not expecting this in 1,000 years. Why? Because there's so many other champions that need a buff. And I feel like this is more like a trophy champion, a Pokemon filler, rather than a champion that people are meant to be using in any content, to be honest. But either way, I'm not complaining about the buff. I know that the majority of you guys don't really give a damn about this champion because you're miles away from collecting her. As free to play, it will take you around 3 years to get her if you are playing on PC. So you're able to collect all of the Plarium Play points, basically. Either way, at the moment, she really sucks. The A1, a triple hitter, has a chance to increase the duration of HP burn and to decrease the duration of a random buff. The A2 on a 4-turn cooldown attacks all enemies and puts HP burn. The A3 attacks all enemies and decreases the turn meter of all enemies by 15% and an additional 15% versus targets that have HP burn. The passive, whenever this champion is attacked by an enemy under an HP burn debuff, heals this champion by 25% of the damage received. Also has a chance to instantly activate any HP burn on the attacker. That's about it. She doesn't really do much, honestly. There are epic champions in the game 100 times better than her. This right here is actually pretty accurate. I would actually even give her lower ratings comparing it with what she has at the moment. But let me just quickly walk you through what Plarium is saying about Sersha the Chart. With this rebalance, we aim to refine her kit and make her a top-tier champion against Hydra Clan boss. A1 now has 100% chance to decrease the duration of a random buff on targets under HP burn debuffs. That's actually pretty interesting. So you're going to attack one enemy 3 times and reduce their buffs, basically. Her A2 will no longer trigger any attacks, guys, ensuring reliable HP burn debuffs while bypassing the Poison Cloud. The cooldown was decreased to 1 turn as well. So you're going to be able to put that HP burn more consistently on the targets. With the A3, basically, instead of having the thermometer reduction, they replace that with decreased speed, which is much, much better. And the hacks to boost overall the team's damage. So she's going to get decreased speed and hacks on the A3, which is definitely pretty, pretty nice. I don't think they decreased the cooldown of... yeah, they did decrease the cooldown of the skill as well by the looks of it. So let me just quickly walk you through the details to be more specific. If the target is under HP burn, the chance increases to 100%. That is about it. You don't really have anything else changing in here, except that you're going to have a 100% chance to decrease the cooldown of a random buff if they have HP burn. The A2 will go down to a 3-turn cooldown, and this skill will do the following. Has 100% chance fully booked to place an HP burn debuff for 2 turns. Yes, so you still need to fully book this skill to have a 100% chance to land HP burn. If you're not doing that, you're only going to have an 80% chance to land HP burn. And the A3, guys, has a 75% chance, not booked, to place a decreased speed for 2 turns. If a target is under an HP burn debuff, also has a 75% chance of placing a hex debuff for 2 turns. The cooldown will be reduced from 6 turns to 5 turns, and fully booked will be basically a 3-turn cooldown and a 100% chance to land the debuffs. So you want to open with the A2, then move over to the A3, and keep on going like that. Definitely not bad changes on this champion. Is she going to be OP? Hell no. She's gonna be better than she was, but she's still capped at a reasonable level. One thing that I kind of like forgot to mention in the previous video where I talked about her, I like the idea that Plarium did not make this champion OP and basically locked it behind a massive paywall, okay? It's just really no reason for them to do it, and it's a very good thing that they haven't done it. And even with these changes, this champion still won't be OP. This champion still won't be a must-have or anything like that. And the passive changes a little bit as well, guys. So let's see where we are with the passive. Whenever this champion is attacked by an enemy under an HP burn debuff, heals this champion by 25% of the damage received, and heals all allies by 10% of the damage received. So it's not like you're gonna gain a massive healing. When I've tested this champion to see if she's able to survive in the spider without a regen set, she was failing at it miserably because the healing was just not enough, right? So it's just gonna be something small on the side. Then, on top of it, we'll have a 35% chance without being fully booked being a 50% chance of instantly activating any HP burn debuffs on the attacker when she gets attacked. So that's actually much, much better than it was before, to be honest with you guys. So I do think that the changes are nice, not OP. I'm definitely more into... I'm still not going to use this champion. So let me just put it there. I'm still not going to use this champion because... I don't know. There isn't much that I can do with this champion in any content, especially Hydra Clan Boss. I'm not really using burners, to be honest, in Hydra. I'm using Ninja maybe in some of the teams sometimes, or I'm using a Venus, but I'm not really using a champion just specifically for burn, right? It's nice to have it, especially for progression and stuff, but when you're trying to maximize your damage, bringing in a burner like this that doesn't really do any crazy fancy things is basically reducing my damage instead of actually getting increased. I'm more intrigued by Princess Garog. Hopefully, I'm finally going to break this blasphemy, this curse of calling him the princess. and we can finally call him King Garog. Hopefully he's going to smack. Hopefully they're actually going to touch those multipliers in a nice way where he gets that Baron sort of treatment, right? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, guys. Excited for any of these buffs. As usual, appreciate all of you guys watching. And yes, I wish they would make more rebalancing, right? More champions rather than 2 a month. But it is what it is. I am definitely looking forward to see some mythical rebalance. I've got this trash recently, because why not? Then I've got this trash recently, because why not? Then I've got this trash recently, because why not? You know what I mean? So hopefully we're going to see some more mythical rebalance at some point. And I'm not just saying it for myself, guys. Yes, I freaking hate getting mythical champions that are trash because they're so damn expensive, okay? To get Ashnar, it took me around 180 primal shards to get Ashnar. And he's doing nothing on my account. And he's not going to do nothing on my account if they're not changing him. And I'm not saying every single one of them needs to be Galatir, okay? What I'm saying is that when you're getting a mythical champion, it needs to feel that you're getting a mythical champion. That's period. Yes, every trash champion in the game can help somebody's progression. Every single trash champion in the game. So I know some people will be like, Skratch, you're an idiot. The chicken is good. Ashnar is amazing on my account. Yes, but most likely Mordecai will be amazing on your account. Most likely all of the epic champions will be amazing on that account. So it's not like he's taking your account to the next level. When a champion has no utility in the endgame whatsoever, when he's not really doing something special, he's just not good, right? That's how I'm seeing it, you know? Maybe I'm wrong, but that's how I'm saying it. The champions need to have a life past the progression, you know? And that's why some of the mythicals are just not at that level, and they definitely need to rebalance a few of them. Most likely, we're not going to see that in the next 3 to 4 months. Most probably. Just judging by how long it took them to rebalance mythicals, right? They've done 2 or 3 6, 7 months ago. Then a month ago, they've done 3 more, you know? So most likely, in 6 months, we're gonna see some more of it. But that's pretty much as it is, guys. You know, much love. Appreciate all of you guys watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.